Hey guys, 𝙂𝙊𝙇𝘿, It is Friday, June 7th, 2022, one day before the big event out here in Denver. As you can see, I'm at the hotel, getting ready, getting all the sound and everything set up for the night out, special night out with Ninja Nation and friends, including gold, silver pros here, say financial, Wall Street, silver, financial fitness, nobody special finance. We're gonna have a lot of people out there, really looking forward to it. Today, I wanted to give you the breaking news while I'm at the hotel getting set up for the event. It is non-farm payrolls Friday, first Friday of every month. We talk about that. And we've had a very disappointing non-farm payrolls. Now, earlier this week, I did preview what we think we could have expected with the non-farm payrolls by looking at the ADP report. ADP report, I think they added over 800,000 jobs, private, according to their numbers. But I warned that the ADP reports are usually much more rosy than the non-farm payroll, the government version of this report. And non-farm payrolls came in, as I get the numbers from Market Watch, at 199,000. So the job growth is 199,000. That's a disappointment. That's less than half of what people were expecting. The analysts were expecting 422,000 jobs added. We only got 199,000 jobs added. The actual unemployment rate went down in the tricky math that they used to calculate that, which is why I don't pay attention to the unemployment rate number, the U6. It's quoted in the media. I pay attention to the labor force participation rate. Note that we're still at that 62 to 63% range of all people who want to be employed and are looking for work are employed. It's still down about 3 points from prior to the Great Recession, 2008, 2009. We've never recovered from that. And that's the only one that matters. It's a percentage of the population that's employed, because that's how you're gonna grow your economy. The tricky numbers and the goofiness that they use with the U6 number that you see, the quote unquote unemployment rate, where they leave off anybody who's been looking for work for a year or more, is a waste of time. I don't bother with it. Getting back to the non-farm payrolls, 199,000 on expectation of 422. All the markets are down. Gold, silver is being slammed. Doesn't make sense, because if you have weaker employment growth, gold and silver should be going up. I'm sure that that's the derivatives market selling off. Doesn't really mean anything long-term for the gold price. We'll follow that gold price over the next couple of weeks. It'll recover. The markets are down. The Dow Jones and S&P is down. The news hasn't fully hit yet. I'm looking for stories on it. I only found a couple of stories on it. The media is sort of slow playing it this morning. So I wanted to give you a breaking story, bring you the information like we do on our channel, let you know before everybody else does. The industries are doing the best. Manufacturing added 26,000 jobs, construction 22,000, transportation 18,000, leisure and hospitality the most at 53,000, education and health 10,000, professional and business 43,000. Utilities were down 0.2%, retail trade down 2,000, and government down 12,000. So government continues to shed jobs while the retail and consumer, especially the leisure and hospitality sector, are adding the most. So that's where we are with labor force participation. What does that mean for you? It means that the economy continues to be weaker than analysts expect. Analysts are much more rosy because they're paying attention to that goofy U6 number, the unemployment rate number, and it's false and misleading. Now they're gonna blame it on a bunch of things. I'm not gonna get into what they're blaming it on, but a lot of things they're blaming it on aren't having an effect actually on the economy. What's really having an effect on the economy has been the Fed policies over the last 12 years. And again, if you use the labor force participation rate, Google that. You'll bring up a chart from the Fed, from the Fred system, or from a lot of other sites, Trading Economics, which will give you the labor force participation rate. That's the only thing that matters in terms of long-term economic growth and the ability of an economy to recover from the situation we had in 2008, 2009. We're 3 points down to between 62 and 63% from where we were in 2008, 2009. That is the only number that matters, and that's why it's the one that we bring you, because we know that's the number that you need to know. So continue to have a weak economy. Now remember the previous breaking reports, I talked about how we had a very weak retail spending season. Adjusted for inflation, it was basically flatline from last year. E-commerce sales were basically flatline from last year. They didn't grow. The in-store sales were even worse. Adjusted for inflation, they're actually slightly negative. So overall, the consumers aren't roaring back. And that's an issue. We're not getting the jobs, the economy's not growing, the GDP is not growing at the rate that we would need it to fully recover, not only from the issues we had last year with the pandemic, but from 2008, 2009 as well. So we're nowhere near where we need to be. Don't listen to the mainstream financial media and tell you everything's rosy. They fudge the numbers, they do it all the time. Because that's their job basically, is to pump up the markets. That's where they make their money. So listen to channels like this, go do your own research, look at the non-farm payrolls, educate yourself as to what that means, and I think you guys will be 1,000% ahead of everybody else. Again, economy continues to slow, continues to disappoint. We'll follow it like we always do. That's what we do on Gold Silver Pro. Stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because you know what? I'm going to plan for the conference and get the sound and lighting and everything set up today, get everything arranged. It's going to be a lot of fun. And in addition, I've got for our Patreon members who support us on Patreon, I've got the weekly report due, so I'm going to jump on that. So if you're supporting us on Patreon, here in about an hour, we'll get that report posted. That's our weekly news and medals summary. Till next time, this is Rob Keens with Gold Silver Pros.